Did you know the Young Turks have 18 different shows? Become a TYT member and get all of them. Click the link in the description box below.
Candace Owens, it seemed, had launched a new merchandise line for her Brexit concept, which is essentially a concept where black people are exiting from the Democratic Party. And she told Page 6, Brexit is a renaissance, and I'm blessed to say that the logo, these colors were created by my dear friend and fellow superhero, Kanye West. She then clarified on her Twitter, she said, I said on stage that my friend and fellow superhero Kanye helped me design the X for Brexit. Brexit is a project that is mine entirely. The insinuation that Kanye is now the author of my political movement is pointedly wrong and dishonest. Let's not politicize love. So,
do they ever make any sense?
No. That means Kris Jenner was like, where's my money?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it, because it seemed like there was some sort of dispute that they had internally there. Like, we don't care if you get credit or Kanye gets credit. We're about to make fun of you, so it's irrelevant to us, right? But it seems like you got a little bit of drama over there, and then let's not politicize love. I don't know what that means.
It's so weird. Right? She had a lot to say about it. We're gonna show the first 3 of these images. Here's what the merchandise line looks like. It might be kind of hard to see. It is a person. It's a very Kanye colors, I guess. So then there's the first one. The second one looks like this. More of, they call it like a faded salmon. And the X in Brexit is a person.
Is a person. What are they, the Boltons in Game of Thrones?
It does look like the flayed man.
It might
it just needs to be upside down.
Yeah.
There's this. So I saw something else, and this is the 4th image. This is what it looked like. The LucasArts logo from the 1990s or 1980s. This is what Lucasfilm's like computer game arm had. They look the same to me. And what came out is it wasn't even Kanye that designed it. Kanye introduced Candace to a different designer. Here is what Kanye tweeted today. He said, I introduced Candace to the person who made the logo, and they didn't want their name on it, so she used mine. I never wanted any association with Brexit. I have nothing to do with it. That was today, this afternoon.
Wait a minute, that looks like that's politicizing love there.
Yeah. The next tweet he said is, my eyes are now wide open and now realize I've been used to spread messages I don't believe in.
What?
And then this, after weeks and weeks of political activity, I am distancing myself from politics and completely focusing on being creative.
He's back on his
your lips, your Twitter fingers to God's ears.
Wow, that's a twist I did not expect. I knew about the Brexit nonsense, but it appears he has got an exit of his own there. So a little bit of a Brexit on Kanye's part.
He flexed out. You know what, I will say this about Kanye West. Kanye West's platform, everything that he built, what he has on, was about the empowering of black people through visualization. The college dropout, all of that stuff was about believing that you can get out. There was a lot of metaphysics in there. So I never doubted in my mind that his heart was about trying to help black people. But I think that along the way, the confusion and the manipulation of somebody who has declared themselves to be in bipolar and having mental illness and using him for political gain is what became problematic. And what was obnoxious to me is that as soon as one black person says something that is contrary to what you're used to hearing or what you want to hear, you automatically assume that that is now the leader of all people of color. And that was like, Kanye said it, we love Kanye. I want to see how many people love Kanye today after those tweets.
Yeah, so I had a family member who had issues with mental illness, and he at one point began to believe that he was a prophet. If he had come out and said, I'm for Bernie Sanders, I wouldn't be like, yes, okay, here we go. This guy, he thinks he's a prophet and he likes Bernie Sanders. We told you Bernie Sanders is awesome.
That's right.
I'd be like, no. Like, look, don't politicize this because he's got obvious mental health issues. That's crazy. Like that. Don't do that. That should not be a part of the intelligent discourse we're having about politics, if we're having an intelligent discourse. But the right wing take Kanye, who was clearly having mental health issues, and they're like, yes, someone who's got mental problems is on our side. Yes, we found a black person.
But that's what it is. It's so weird to see from the right, which has this thing where they say, listen, the left's just giving you this identity politics mumbo jumbo, and they're throwing you these like nonsense things of like, oh, they're saying they have social issues that they're forwarding for you. That's what they say. And the right wing basically says, don't let the left tell you just because you're black, you're taken care of. That's what they're relying on. They're saying because of who you are, this is what you should think. That's what the right's saying. But in this Blexit, they're saying because you're black, you should leave their part, the other party, and come to the right.
To the party who is represented by the man who said the Central Park 5 was guilty. I mean, we can run the list. We can keep running the list. The funny thing, the thing that's the funniest to me is that I went on Twitter and I looked at some of the people who were like supporting Kanye after, and it looked like they look poor. They look like struggling people. And the fact that they believe that Kanye West identifies with their struggle, just like Donald Trump, all these rich people, is hilarious to me because they're like, Kanye West is our guy. Kanye West has, what do you call those toilets that bidets made of gold? Like, you know what I mean? No, I'm just saying that's the
But I wouldn't be surprised with Kanye.
Did you see the house?
He's a Kardashian.
They tweeted he tweeted a picture of the house, and Kim was like, honey, we have an agreement that you don't put our house on social media. But it looked like paradise.
I saw it getting built. The kids' room, which was like bigger than my house.
So these people who are obviously struggling, right? And they're fighting these fights they don't even know what they're fighting for anymore, are saying, Kanye West, the guy that sells the $400 shoes, that's our guy.
Yeah, so let's take these one at a time. First of all, remember that Kanye, a little while back, came out and said he's broke and he's bankrupt. Maybe that's why he likes Donald Trump. They have that in common. And then he begged white people for money and said they owed him money. Yeah. Zuckerberg should give him money because he's black and they're white or something. He made up some. So right wingers, you were down with that? Mm-mm. Oh, that's weird, right? So, and then that goes to the central point here, which is like, Kanye is a totally different person when he's on his meds and off his meds, it appears, right? So you didn't like him when he was on his meds. He went off his meds and you're like, yes, that's my kind of guy, right? But did it not occur to you that he might go back on his meds at some point and be the same Kanye who then turned around and said George Bush hates black people or doesn't care about black people, right? So, and now it appears he's flipping again because he's Kanye. None of it makes any sense, right?
That's right.
And so now they're like, wait, hey, Kanye, I got all the Yeezy gear, and like Charlie Kirk came out in these ridiculous shoes for the debate against Hassan Piker from TYT. And we're like, what is this clown doing? Why is he in a clown outfit? Is it like in celebration of Donald Trump, the circus leader or something? And they're like, oh no, it's Yeezys. And he looks so stupid. And now what are they gonna do? Burn their Yeezys? Oh, I can't wait.
Send them to me so I can take them to some homeless.
So, but what do you think the overall effect is of all this stuff?
The overall effect is, I don't know if it's the effect, but what I will say is it's a very sad commentary about where we are today. That Kanye West trends on Twitter, becomes a talking point. They talk about him on Fox and Friends. They talk about him on CNN. And in the meantime, all the real stuff is happening behind. And we're being so distracted by this. And I'm not gonna say, I will never stand anywhere and say that I don't think that Democrats pimp black people and people of color and the marginalized. I've never said that. But I won't say that the Republicans have our best interest at heart. And that is why we're trying to create change, because something's gotta give. And it's just so sad that people of color, as soon as somebody, as a Latin person, Gina Rodriguez says something, all of a sudden that is the representative of all Latin people. A black person says something, that's the representative of, no, white people say dumb stuff all the time, and it is not a reflection on the entire race of white people.
Yeah,
so
very true.
Yeah, let's end on substance and facts here, right? So Blexit, they make it seem like, oh, it's a thing that's happening, right? And if we tweet it enough, it'll seem like a thing. No, it's not remotely happening. So we showed you a poll the other day that has the percentage of African Americans supporting Donald Trump. That poll has it at 3%.
right.
Now, there are other polls, and some of our viewers, progressives, said, hey, Cenk, you should also mention the other polls. And that's what I love about our audience. So even if they're on our side, they say, hey, make sure, let's be fair. And that some of the polls have him at 10 or 11%. Okay, so that's fair. So somewhere between 3 and let's say 11%, okay? That's all incredibly small numbers. There's no Blexit, there's no 20, 30, 40, 50% going to Trump. This one's insane Rasmussen poll that isn't even close to true. It's comically wrong and a total outlier. Everything else has him between 3 and 11. So where's the Blexit? You just made it up. Like they're trying to wish it into being.
It sounds like Kanye Blexit it, right?
That's right. That's the only Blexit I can see is Kanye.
Yeah.
So, and then and they make similar points about other groups too. They if you watch the press, and there's a lot of neocons who happen to be Jewish American, and then there's the Stephen Millers, and then Kushner, et cetera, and they make it seem like, oh, the Jews love that he moved the embassy to Israel. Jews love this, Jews love that about Republicans. No, they don't. It's the second most reliable voting bloc in America for Democrats. 70% of Jews vote for Democrats historically and recently. And I was talking to a colleague, and he's like, look, Cenk, like you live in a bubble where all the Jews you know are liberals because everybody you know is liberal. Okay, so I'm like, that's true. So I'm like, so what's your experience, right? And he's in the business world. He's like, every Jew I know is now a Democrat. If they weren't before, they are now, right? Yeah. And so don't let the media and the right wing twist things for you. So there is a reality, and you could say, hey, my story that I just told right now is anecdotal, and that's true, right? Look at the polling. The polling is absolutely clear. There's no Blexit, there's no Jexit. Okay, it's none of that. It's all made up. Like the walk out or walk away thing that they invented a little while ago. Hey, we got 12 tweets on it. Congratulations, but it isn't real. The TYT Plus app is now available on iOS and Android. Download to get more TYT content at tyt.com/app.